I think maybe I can extend that by a few weeks if I purge a bunch of stuff. The purge. All right, let's get the show started. XSplit, obey my button click. Obey my commands, you piece of software! I am the user! Greetings and welcome to Die Drink and Die presents the Grimstone Chronicles, episode 18. I am your DM this week. Yes, still in the DM seat. Joined by Ahmed and Adam. Your mics are now lukewarm like the day-old counter yogurt that Adam is eating. How is everyone doing right now?
You know your day-old counter yogurt is of superior quality when it stays on a stick.
I see. It's like, that's not actually frozen. I wonder what they made that from. How is everyone doing on this fine Saturday? I've been looking forward to games since we played on Wednesday. Like, I've been crawling the walls in my apartment. Marty's at the point where he's been socially distancing since the end of February. Yeah. It's good. Fucking game going. Hey, yes, exactly. It's good to have some interaction. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
We're doing gardening. Oh, I got an email from my gym telling me that the gym is going to be open on in 3 weeks. So I am doing like I'm relaxing for a few weeks. I got my plan together. I'm going to try to destroy myself. I got like a 3-month plan to wreck myself. It's going to be awesome.
What do you mean wreck yourself?
I'm going to go. I'm going to do a full bulk with really heavy lifting regimen. So I'm going to be eating 4,500 calories a day for a few months and lift extremely heavy to put on some quality mass to get things back into the proper gear. Because like a month after that point is like the first competition. So it's like instead of having like a 6-month build, there'll be a 8-week build.
Nice.
So yeah,
cool.
Yeah, Marty we switched from gardening to wait a second, my gym thing, do stuff.
Watching Adam break the different tiers of strength scores into Pathfinder has been amusing from afar. Plus
level
Adam,
8 now.
You know, your best friends when they get into shape. Yeah, it should be celebrated. Stories of gardening. I cannot wait until the day where I find that so fun that I will regale you with tales of being out in a garden.
You want me to tell you gardening stories?
So, no. For the gardening tales, what we did today was we got a Japanese peace lily to put in the front room of the house. It's not really for the garden, but it was nice, and we were looking for one. Additionally, we got the high tier cedar chips to basically accent the planter, so that the cedar wood chips go around the nice and red, and then we spread them around the flowers so that the weeds don't grow. It basically prevents the weed growth while the plant can still get. So and that's what we did. We also did some weeding today, and then tomorrow I'm going to do the edging.
What I love is you have a we in there, because when I do my gardening, it's an I.
Well, no. So if you want flowers, if you want things, if it's just me by myself, it's grass, edging, and then plant killer. Those are the 3 zones. Marty did. I think it's a will save to stay asleep, or was it a fort save? His heart gave out. Yep.
It's having one of those dreams where it's like, why am I dreaming about that? It's so boring.
No gardening.
Why am I dreaming about paperwork and math?
Those are the worst.
Were you having dreams about like the stupid job you had in high school? Like I worked at throughout high school and into university. I worked at a pharmacy grocery store. Nothing bad with that, but if you've ever done that type of work, there are long periods of boring tasks, like mind-numbingly boring tasks. And I've had dreams about doing those tasks, and it's like you wake up and like do a lap around your apartment and go back to sleep because you don't want to go back to that dream.
That dream sucks.
Of like facing where you make everything line up nicely in an aisle, and when you're done with that aisle, you go on to the next aisle. Yeah. Why am I dreaming of this? Why is this my mind's processing that? Anyways.
Dipping fuel tanks. Not specifically the dipping of fuel tanks, but trying to teach people who don't know how to science to dip the fuel tank correctly. Trying to explain what a meniscus is to somebody who didn't get past grade 8. No, it has to be held in the center. Otherwise, fuel will read too high, and then all the sheets will look like we had a water leakage into the tank.
What I used to do, because we were a smock doing this work, I used to buy and carry around these little tiny notepads, and I would come up with ideas for game on the notepad, and I would sneak into the milk cooler and in the milk cooler.
Hey Marty, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, writing notes.
The lactose demon. I'm for you.
There's nothing wrong with those jobs, but my point was, why am I dreaming about the most boring part of those jobs?
So what this is telling me is the next time we have a modern-esque campaign for anything, there's going to be a scene in a grocery store.
Of course.
There needs to be a horror scene in a grocery store.
You write about what you know.
Well, or you write about what influences others' emotions.
So I'm the guy that goes to the grocery store now. I actually enjoy going to the grocery store. This whole get groceries delivered to your house is not a thing that Marty will ever do. Marty likes to go and pick out his stuff and see the new things. And, if you go hungry, then you end up with a bunch of junk you didn't need. And grocery store is fun. Not in COVID, but grocery store is fun. I'm the guy who will put everything in the cart with the UPC labels pointing up so that they could just scan all of it, because there's nothing more painful than I've tossed a bunch of shit in my cart and then you watch the person with the thing have to move every single thing in your cart to go after the UPC. So I've had a few people look at me like, oh, thank you. Thank you for being human, or not wanting to spend all my life in line. What's going on? So
the basics.
Yeah. Do that the next time you go to the grocery store, and you'll probably, chances are, you'll get a reaction out of the person at the counter. Anyways, okay, what were we talking about? Yeah, so Adam's gardening and getting ready for gym opening. Ahmed, what's going on with you?
Nothing. I also did some gardening.
You guys are trying to 1-2 the DM. They're like, what's worse than one will save is 2.
Great. You rolled the 15 that you needed.
Yep.
Do it again.
I've been working lots of hours. My sleep cycle's really off.
Yep.
I'm falling asleep 5 a.m. now, and I still wake up at 9 for some reason. But I'm taking time off during the week because I work on the weekends a bit. So I had Friday off. I might have another day off next week. Just depends how much work I get. But it's just been crazy shift busy, so it's a little off, but I don't mind.
And your house is probably a little bit of a zoo with everyone around, not at school and. Yep. Okay. All right.
I believe the trigger word is Papa.
Papa, why aren't you fucking listening to me? Answer me, motherfucker. Look at me, I'll talk to you.
We've done D20 Modern games before. I think the D20 Modern system could be upgraded for not only Pathfinder, but a 3-action economy modern game might be a lot of fun. Where you get to actually load and shoot and move in the same round.
Load and shoot and move, and then what I really like about D20 Modern is how the problem with blending with the other D20 systems is it's the threat level is scaled. So your massive damage threshold is your con score. So the 2d6 gun kills people frequently because your massive damage threshold is your con score.
Yeah, even though you have hit points left, that one gunshot is still scary.
Save or die, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so
the class is based off of your stat is also an interesting way to see the universe.
Just
kind of
mix
thing.
and match. Yep.
I've had ideas for a modern game. It's not something I've invested a lot of time in. We used to, when we would get together once a year in person, I think we've done this 3 times, where we played a modern game, and the stories were all linked, and I don't know if they realized they were all linked, but the stories were kind of linked, even though the characters weren't. Like, there was this undercurrent of a thread of, like, bad things exist. Yeah, it was neat. It was good. But then we started streaming, and then our yearly get-togethers have become like, let's record this for stream.
Let's do a stream thing. Yeah.
So we haven't played D20 Modern in a long time. I would love to do a zombie game, D20 Modern, and not be the DM. Adam ran a few sessions of what we called Zombieland Canada.
Yeah.
And it was fucking fun. Okay. Anyways, let's get to
take my credit card.
There's a Google map of that somewhere, because we were just using a Google map, like a Google Earth.
No, we were using Google Earth as a way, because we
yeah.
could put pins on the Google Earth of keeping track where our characters were, and if you zoom in really far, you've got terrain, right? Like,
yep. Yeah.
And between that and the internet, you can figure out, hey, what's that box? Oh, that's a mall. Okay, we can run a mall.
Right, you're running into that mall.
Yeah. Yep. It was pretty good.
With Street View now?
Yeah, it's like screen cap a street view and move some tokens around. But we'll put that on the backlog. I don't think that's anytime soon. We've got so much D&D to play with the way that we've set up these multiple plot lines and characters.
But if they're in the same multiverse.
No, the D20 Modern will not be in the same.
Well, we've said Earth is in the Martyverse because Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga is technically from Earth, I think, is the lore. And yeah, interesting.
The one god that actually came from Earth came from Russia. God damn
it! America's like, we need one. Oh, funny. Okay, why don't we do a recap of what happened last game? Last game was called Snakes and Rope Ladders. The party uses the Coven-of-One's third eye to see through her missing eye, which has been placed on a merchant cart along with several other objects. One of the objects, a headband, contains a certificate of some kind that leads the party to Davhorn Jewelers. Sunny leads half the party to Granimir's arcane shop to buy a locate object scroll. Dugan leads the other half of the party to the jeweler's shop, located in the Hob-dominated foreign market. Dugan rubs the halfling shopkeeper the wrong way, but does find out that he was paid to deliver a message to whomever came looking for the headband. Go to the Crypt of the Diplomat, a famous peacemaker of the past. The party sneaks into the Crypt Garden and stumbles upon the lair of a predatory spirit naga. Didi and Dugan fly off in search for directions. Didi finds a strange set of panpipes, an offering at one of the tombs, and leaves a pouch of stolen copper coins in its place. And I think the game ended as Didi and Dugan were flying back to the party, who were waiting near the lair of the Spirit Naga, which was a random encounter, not planned. And it was one of those random encounters where it's like, oh, and the CR9 is now attacking you. The very, very unlucky rolls, series of unlucky rolls, but you managed to get through that.
By the power of grapply bullshit, you were able to succeed.
Yeah. Yes. It harkened back to like a Hercules cartoon where he grappled every monster, basically.
Yep.
Didi and Dugan come flying back, and you can hear them chit-chatting, chattering away. And Dugan addresses the party as Didi's invisible. Although, who carries the equipment for the party? It's like Slake looks around as one of the big backpacks that he carries is now being dug through, and the pipes are being deposited into the backpack by Didi. Dugan's like, all right, we got some directions. The tomb, or what was the fancy word that the worker used?
Cenotaph.
Yeah, whatever that means.
It means that it's more of a monument than a
The Unnel
grave.
remains inside.
Yeah.
So if there's no remains inside, does that mean that then there shouldn't be any zombies or monsters in there?
Well, that's the cenotaph of the Diplomat. That means that he wasn't actually buried there. But it sounds like his regalias were.
Yes, that's interesting. If they were able to recover his regalia, but not his body, maybe he's not actually dead.
Maybe he's too old to be alive. Humans.
I resemble that remark.
Oh, don't worry, Sonny. You got lots of good years left.
As far as I know, I am 2.
Nah. 2-year-olds don't have hair like this and wrinkles like it.
Your cheek cut it.
That's not 2-year-old chump.
Yeah, it's wishful thinking there.
There's somebody pulling your pulling your jowls up into a smile.
All right, so that's a direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's everybody be careful and watch out for snake ladies in the bushes, and don't if you see any rats, let me know, or zombies, or anything that shouldn't be here, because me and Brooke are going to have to go to the guild anyway. Might as well make it worth our while.
Yeah, we're not serious about rats. I've seen like 4 while we're sitting here talking.
Chewing on one.
Don't tell them about the rats. We need to get moving. It's not like we're making a home here.
Sonny's feeling bad about his age. There you go.
She appears, and while you guys are talking, Dewdrop is now going to put braids in Sunny's hair and some face paint on him to make him look like some sort of warrior.
There we go.
A few streaks and a couple of marks on his forehead.
There we go. This is useful.
Wither is correct. That is Sunny's range of emotion. It goes from to
He's got a couple of braids near the front with a few beads in them and some loud and colorful face paint.
There you go. You're at least 10 years younger.
Yeah, that makes you -8.
And much more fun.
Yep, much more fun.
Yeah, I'd take Sunny out on a stroll.
Oh, what? Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Edie.
No problem. Okay, let's go.
And she turns invisible.
Sunny is not going to wash. Like, he'll wash his face eventually. He's not going to do it right now.
Right.
Quick question: is this an underground sewer?
No, this is an open air tombs and mausoleums.
It's a maze of graves.
And you guys are basically lost in the middle of it, to the point where Dugan and Dee Dee had to fly off to get directions on where to go to the cenotaph of the Diplomat. You wandered into a massive city-sized graveyard, not knowing where the place you were supposed to go was.
We walked into Dark Souls. We are in Dark Souls. This is Dark Souls. We're in Dark Souls.
Follow the only path.
Yeah, so Dugan and Dee Dee didn't get really great directions. They just got a general area in which to go. While you guys are marching there, I'm going to say only a 10% chance of a random counter because that we just had one. Nope. You do see that some of the grave sites look older as you get closer to the wall. Older means in some places that they've stacked these buildings on top of each other because they've run out of room. Mm-hmm. Older means the laneways are narrower because sometimes they've built entire buildings in the laneway and you have to walk around it. Older means some of the buildings, some of the sarcophagi, some of the mausoleums and crypts are leading in or have shifted as the ground has shifted. Older means that they tend to get bigger and then eventually you're pretty much certain you're in the right spot because there are more heroic monuments and very large family crypts that are along this row, and there's actually like a strip of a garden, like a big street with a garden in the middle, and a long strip, and then there are big mausoleums along both sides of the strip, and eventually you start like Dugan's like, oh Rob, I'll come back and rob you. I'll come back and rob you. I'll come back and rob you.
Couple of questions. Is
Yeah.
this area that we entered, is it gated?
You guys had to climb a wall to get in.
Okay. Second question.
You're not supposed to be here. Like, you're pretty sure that without a reason of being here, the officials would probably arrest you or at least kick you out. And then there's a gang called the Mummers that also wander around these parts. And then somebody had mentioned something about the Order of Fossers that also might spend time in. Like, there are several power groups that are here that may take offense to a armed gang.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm a rat catcher. I'm here looking for rats. I'm on official business.
What time of day is it?
You guys left early in the morning, so by this point it's probably so you did your daily preps, say 7 to 8, and then you walked here at 9. It's probably around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, good. A little early. Good.
All right, so that way to the thing, I think.
It is a overcast day with a bit of wind. The Order of Fossers was the same order that Radimer belonged to. These were necromancers, like legal necromancers and grave diggers, as well as grave tenders on the world of Tarak, where we're not. The Order of Fossers were commanded by the Imperium to open up and plunder the graves that they once protected, and they ended up having this weird, like, legal ability to go into graves that weren't Imperial graves and to loot them on behalf of the Imperium. But you needed a Fosser in order to do this. Like the average citizen could not. So, and definitely not a resident. On this world, it appears that they've also taken the stance of protecting graves. So these would be people that have some legitimacy over tending grave sites on the world.
Yeah. And the rat catchers and the grave gang.
It would be an example of an organization and people kind of mixed, where the Imperium has assimilated that organization as opposed to coming up with it on their own. And there may be ties with the Order of Fossers to the ancient Orizini gods, like the Ankwani, I guess, in one campaign were what they were called. I forget what we called them on Tarak.
The ones with animal heads.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move you guys to a different map, actually.
Cool.
As you go to the general area where you were told the Cenotaph would be, and you actually do find the Cenotaph of the Diplomat.
Okay. Capra, I think, is going to drink his mutagen because we're supposed to be springing a trap. So he thinks that there'll be a trap, so 1 hour buff. Yeah, seems reasonable to him.
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
You know what? Slake is going to drink his mutagen as well.
Yeah, good boy.
He doesn't really drink it. There's a spot where he takes this thing and inserts it and turns, and liquid starts to pour into his internal mechanisms and into his flesh, and he actually flexes and makes noise as he does it.
You got the one that makes you dumb.
It's not dumb to be strong.
Sometimes it's unwise to be fast. Whee! Ah!
It's not magic. Ha ha ha!
Sonny is not correcting him.
Yeah, Cog's not. He's like, yeah, sure, it's not. As he drinks his own magical drink.
There are other buildings. They're a little bit more spaced out. Basically, left to right on the map is that big lane. There's a little less. Actually, there is some cover. I described it kind of like a garden. So there is a bit of well-tended, like plots of small trees and shrubbery and flowers that kind of bisect the road. I'm guessing you guys aren't walking amongst them, but enough that an entanglement spell would work just in that area, and we would say 1 square off of that area.
Yep.
And then there are other buildings, which I will just make gray boxes for, that are spaced out around.
Oh, never mind.
That might also house families or honor specific individuals and heroes and officials of the past. But you do see that there is a plaque that marks this as in honor of the fallen diplomat. He who ate at the tables of many races.
Sonny is going to take the moment to ponder undead who are linked with eating things, just because. Just for fun.
Okay.
Roll knowledge religion.
Yeah.
23. Ghouls.
Yeah, so if you want to think about ghouls, the first ghoul is believed to have been created from a godly curse against somebody who ate his own kind, like a cannibal.
Yeah, a cannibal.
Was the first ghoul. And ghouls are typically associated with great and ravenous hunger for carrion and live flesh. You kind of get lost in thought about ghouls.
Yeah.
A type of undead that would create more of itself, as they do have disease. Right now, you can't really see much like from the crypt itself. It is guarded by 2 Sphinx Shidu looking like beasts. It's like a mixture of ancient culture and more modern, which is a thing you've seen in a lot of the graves. Like there's also a lot of different cultures that are represented in the Crypt Garden. Sonny is thinking that he could spend at least a few years just studying the architecture of these of the various peoples and races and the influence of other cultures on the Imperium. It might also be evident, although the Imperials would never admit that.
Those statues don't go with those columns. That arch doesn't go with those columns either.
Are they golems? it's like just really punchy.
Oh, buddy. The Capra will start sneaking up on the place. Or he's just going to go, like, he wants to go check the door. Like,
yeah, give me a stealth check if you want to.
At least try to figure out if, they're holding like an afternoon tea inside with a bunch of nobles or something.
Yeah.
Any rats?
16. Ow! My toe! I don't even have toes. I stubbed my toe.
Okay. What is so Slake is just standing there waiting. You're sneaking up on the place, Capper. You get to about here. Cog Agony is basically, I guess, moving up with Slake. Slake's making a lot of noise, so he'll just stand beside him. Agony will cast a shield spell, I believe. It looks like some of you are injured. I think Dee Dee took care of that. Let me just tick off 2 of her... Well, her channels are now 4d6, so she channels a single time and cures everyone of all their damage.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
That
Phylactery.
random phylactery that you guys found is
Yep.
super valuable.
Don't worry about where it came from.
Yeah, she thinks it has something to do with springtime.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Spring's a lovely season.
We got all the blood out of it, right?
as Wither King has mentioned, don't corrupt Dee Dee. there was a warning from Wither, I think, last game
From chat.
which I was chuckling about.
Because Dee Dee was like, "Hey, we killed the monster!
Yeah.
Like, we killed the irredeemable evil!"
I need my
Randomly,
combat
hey,
sheet.
man.
Hey, Ren. And Dee Dee's channel. Okay, I've got one ticked off. I just don't think we took off the damage. So
Yeah.
20 on Dee Dee. Kev, your non-lethal is gone. I think that was from a critical fumble.
Yep.
Cog had no damage. Amadeus at 13 because he got bit at least once.
All right, Ahmed, are you Amadeus or are you Dugan?
What are you comfortable with? Because I'll have to look both of them up.
Dugan is actually easier to use.
Cool, I'll leave them for you then.
Awesome. Fine by me.
I'll take Dugan. I need a little stress these days.
Yeah, Dee Dee's just sort of fluttering up a little bit. She's about 20 feet off the ground. What is this bunch of people doing while everyone's spreading out?
Okay.
Amadeus is gonna go forward with the frontline guys.
Yep.
Sonny is he's having to think. he's thinking about stuff.
Cog's moving here, and he pulls out 2 potions. Actually, he'll pull out a potion, and 2 potions. Look. Yeah. New potions.
I'm just gonna draw like a few doorways for no reason.
What are we doing here, guys?
How close are they to the? Oh no. I feel like I maybe shouldn't be standing here. Ghouls.
Ghouls.
Oh, my spidey senses.
Sod has the AC bonus going right now.
Okay. Yes, it is.
There's a comment from chat about the chat isn't quite lined up correctly. I don't know if that's. Okay. Cool.
He is affixed.
He's affixed. Okay.
I was fiddling around. It's easy to move elements on XSplit when the UI doesn't respond. Sometimes you click on a thing. Okay. Yeah, Agony was casting a shield spell. It's got shield and mage armor going. Dee Dee used her. Okay, she used her. Yeah, all right. Everything is up to date. Okay. Cog, you just move up into this line. Okay, you guys look like a bunch of badasses, all kind of spread out in a line as you're trudging forward, looking all heroic.
Yeah.
A little bit of sunlight peeking through the overcast clouds and sort of beaming down upon your party. Okay. What are you doing now, Capper? You continuing to sneak up?
Sod casts message on Cap.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm just gonna advance the party a little bit.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Sonny's staying a little bit back from the front. I think we're going to cast a see invisibility just in case. Yeah. No, we'll hold on to that. Capra is going to use the undead hand and put invisibility up.
Okay, Capra, you notice that on these steps there are a bit of old like leaves, kind of just moving around in the wind, kind of rattling around against the stones. You do notice that there are some tools that have just been left out in front of the two bronze doors that are the entrance to the Cenotaph.
Huh.
It looks like a chisel, a crowbar, some like metal spikes. They look serviceable and non-rusty.
In the message spell, hey, there's some tools over here, and
I see a tool right in front of me.
I'm hiding. You can't see me.
And you're somewhere over there. Yeah.
Also, his stealth was like a 13, so or 16 or something. It was really bad.
Yep.
Does the door look open? Like,
you take a look at the door. It does look like somebody has used the tools to recently pry the two doors open. Like you're seeing some damage along the crease between the two doors, but they are currently shut.
okay.
It's like somebody may have pounded in like one of the metal spikes and maybe used a crowbar to like winch the door open. Like there's definitely a lip where the metal's been bent outwards and inwards on another door, almost like so you could get a tool or something up in it. It's about waist high where they've done this damage, and it's definitely the allotment of tools that are
would have been able to do said damage.
Yep.
Looks like somebody worked their way into this one.
Cog, with your 33 on your perception, you notice that there are two stained glass windows in the crypt to the south of the Cenotaph of the Diplomat, and there was a shadow that passed over one of these stained glass windows.
There's somebody inside.
So I'm just going to draw like a couple of red squares. Those are like stained glass windows. They're kind of high up, like almost on the second floor, and you notice that like there was a shadow, token layer, that passed in front of this stained glass window.
Oh. Somebody over there in that building, the second floor, by those windows. Be very careful. Sonny, come closer to us. If there's an ambush here, we should move to the alleyway and behind the building.
Capra's gonna detect magic on the door.
Okay. First round, there is the presence of magic.
Oh, there's magic here. But he's going to try to see if he can find the source. Like
yep. What's everyone doing the round that Capra is casting a spell?
Sod's picking his nose. Cav is picking his nose.
Nose picking.
They're all the way up there.
Okay, Capra, you heard something inside of the Cenotaph where you're concentrating on your magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're concentrating, but even with your concentration, you heard something scrape along the stone floor, and then something like skitter along the stone floor, kind of like someone kicked over a bone or something.
There's monsters in here. There's like two of them, like a skittery one and like a big clunky one, and I'm about to get punched in the face. I think
you're whispering, right?
It's message spell. So DC 25 plus bonus.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll to see if somebody hears you whispering.
Like, that's message spells DC 25 plus distance and the
Yep.
door.
I'm going to say the 4 because of the door plus another bit of distance. So DC 29, 30.
I think they're about to punch me in the face.
That could just be a stray dog.
It could be. It'd be really mean to put a stray dog into a
Stray
Cenotaph.
dog.
Also, stray dogs are on my list.
All right, DC 30. Let's see if something hears.
Hey, it sounds like it's coming closer to the door. I can hear it switch to the
So you hear this.
About to hit. The shit's about to hit the fan.
You hear this.
It doesn't sound very civilized.
and this like breaking celery, bone cracking walk. Like you're like, what the fuck? That's too many legs.
Yeah. Let me know when I can do a thing. Oh, I think something bad is happening.
So there is no surprise round because Cog caught wind of danger to the south, and then Capra snuck up on the danger that was to the north. So I'm just going to roll initiative at this point. Did you surprise them? Well,
the one in the thing heard us, and the guy outside saw us. So
yeah. So I think it's just
I think they just.
I was seeing if there was anybody in that mess that I was trying to work for you guys, but
well, sometimes it's just a straight up fight. Although I believe they have the high ground. So once we get Dimension Door, Amadeus plus the Dimension Door equals, oh my god.
Oh! Equals change your character.
does his Totori monk keep the dimension hop of monks? We could look later. Okay, you hear what sounds like a door opening, a lock, or maybe a bar, like some method of securing this doorway just unlatched. And then I guess with all the actions, a door opens. And
they lose abundant step. I did check.
There are people inside. You caught glimpse of somebody wearing a mask that basically pulled open the door, but stayed behind the door as it was opening.
Huh.
So there's somebody there.
Candygram.
Amadeus.
We'll kill him. Comes out, hogtied.
Oh, the gang. Amadeus. So Amadeus is. Did he see the person?
Mm-hmm.
Does he
The person
recognize
was
it?
pulling open the door. Does he have knowledge local?
Let me check to see. I don't think he's got. I think he's very focused on what he does. He's got profession bounty hunter and knowledge nobility and knowledge nature.
Give me a nobility.
All right. $16.
To your knowledge, it wasn't anything noble or representing authority.
Okay. The second part's the important part.
Is a guy dressed in. This guy had leather armor underneath his robes. There might have been a sword or something at his belt, maybe a crossbow on his back, and what should be relegated to like the theater and like the opera, like is wearing like a theater mask.
How is this at ground level or is this at a second
No, it's
story?
a second story.
Okay. How hard does it look to climb?
It is very ornate, and it looks like it's pretty easy to climb. So the footholds and handholds, I would say DC 10 to 15.
And is this one open or closed?
It is closed. They are stained glass windows. Like they look fixed. Like they don't open.
Okay. Oh, so this is a stained glass window that is just the shutter or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just like the face of the stained glass window. It's hard to see through. Like the
Yep.
opacity is pretty high on the glass, and Cog is the one that saw like a shadow pass over. Like maybe somebody was up there watching.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna go to the open door is the one I'm gonna just basically erase.
Okay.
At this point, Amadeus can see in, and there are lots of guys in masks in here.
And they all look.
And there are a couple of, or a trio of,
Skeletons?
Of basically animated bodies with shiny scimitars and shields. Little bits of chain shirt clinging to them. These skeletons are also dripping with blood. Like somebody poured a bucket of like fresh blood over all three of them. There's a man behind them that is manipulating some sort of holy symbol.
He's going to enter his stance.
Okay.
And
you actually hear the mummer. Oh, you don't hear the mummer say anything. You notice the mummer that pulled open the door went like gave some signal. You could make a sense motive check.
Okay.
Or a linguistics.
I don't think Amadeus is a linguistics type, but he is a sense motive type. Holy jeez. 32.
This guy is in a practice, like almost second nature, talking with his hands. It is very quick, but he's giving signals as to how many of you have wandered up to the door. He's also said that they're here. Like the
ones we're looking for are here.
Okay.
So he's going to enter his stance and is going to just challenge one per day. I don't think he wants to challenge somebody. He's going to enter his stance and he's going to draw a rope.
Okay. All right. He moved and
move stance rope.
Got it. Dingle, you can hear the one creature with the bone-breaking movement and what sounds like four legs moving towards you. Its cry out has attracted the attention of something else that sounds similar. The one further into the crypt is going.
They might have heard us.
You hear horrible sounds coming forward. What are you doing, Dingle?
So
rope.
The door.
Yep.
They broke the bar latch part of the mechanism.
Well, yeah, you had seen an opening, and then you had cast detect magic. You were one round into your detect magic. You could peek into the hole if you wanted.
I don't think I care about my detect magic anymore.
Okay, so you abandon your spell. There is magic and things coming.
Yep.
They sound horrible. Whatever it is, it sounds absolutely non-diplomatic.
We're gonna scooch ourselves. We're gonna move around.
Yep.
There's nothing there.
Kev, Dingle's running around the corner. Like a play-by-play. He looks scared.
You see a little finger. And then he's going to cast heroism on himself.
Okay, nice. Look at that. Dee Dee is going to fly up to Dingle.
What kind of arrows do you want?
As a oracle, she can cast abundant ammunition again. Your audio cut out, Adam, for some reason.
Yeah, your audio.
Because I muted myself. So I've been talking to myself for a little bit. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the fairies, and I don't think the golems. I kind of want blood arrows, but those aren't a thing. At least not that I know of. I haven't found one yet. So just regular ones.
You should look at the arrow shop. There's all sorts of stuff there.
There's blunt arrows and frog crotch, and I need both.
Okay, so she'll just do abundant ammunition on one of your just regular quivers of arrows.
Okay, perfect.
Here you go. Don't say I never did nothing.
Never do.
The mama priest, you can hear. Amadeus, like, they can talk. He actually whispers, "Go forward and attack." Dugenschmer.
Oh, hell.
The mummer is also casting a spell on himself. I think Amadeus is the only one close enough to really see.
Amadeus is doing magic stuff. That's what he knows, maybe.
Okay. There is a definite visible blast of energy that goes out from the priest. It goes out... How far?
It's 14.
Oh my goodness.
Holy crap. Sorry, what are you going?
I'm looking at this build with the skill thing, and mutant deformities grant a +2 racial bonus to a list of like 7 skills. Okay.
Wow. Diplomacy's not one of them, I guarantee.
Okay, there's a blast of energy that is out 15 feet, and it seems to be a crackling aura around this this caster.
This guy?
Yeah.
Does it seem to be following the caster's movements or no?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The ancient skeletons raise their scimitars and begin to move forward. With scuttling and jaunty moves. It sees Amadeus and comes around the corner. And then this one moves to here. And then 30, this one's incurring an AOO from Amadeus.
Amadeus will punch that one into the next world.
Yep.
I don't think he really cares about these things. So... AC 16?
Nope. The armor this thing is wearing manages to catch your ham-like fist. I'm just going to mark down "mum's the word" as a candidate for a game title.
Yep.
Yep. All right. It looks like they had to do more than 2 movements each to get over towards you. So there's a single attack against you. They are attacking with scimitars that are not broken, and a bonus because of that spell, and then that. So there are 3 attacks. AC 5, 14, and 6. A bunch of scimitars come in. They're actually so eager with their dumb necromancy to get at you that the 3 scimitars end up kind of blocking each other.
Is that one critical fumble?
There was no coordination. Yeah, there is a crit fumble in here. AC 22.
That's a miss as well.
Do unarmed damage to self non-lethal. They are undead. They don't take non-lethal. So yeah, all their fists cracking together in an aggressive form don't do significant damage to the undead. The mummer brute.
Did we skip Leduc's?
Yeah, Duke. What are you doing, Duke?
He went before the skeletons did, right?
Yep.
He's going now. It's fine. Or if you...
No. Well, if he went before the skeletons, he wouldn't have fired against the skeletons.
Where is he?
He's up here behind Sunny. He's going to be... Now, he needs something to hide behind. Is this grass over here? Oh,
there are small trees and grass that he can hide behind.
Yeah, he's going to go... Now, the telekinetic blast, is that an action or 2?
2 actions. They are complex.
2 actions to do the blast, 3 actions if you want to do the long range one.
Okay, so he's 20 feet up. He's going to do... He can't see anything inside that room, right?
Nope.
Okay. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay up at 30. He's gonna get to 30 feet over here. And is there anything to hide behind? Like, is there like a?
Well, 30 feet up would be
Way up in the sky.
way up here.
Or 20. Sorry, you just stay at
Hide
15.
behind the little statue thing.
15 feet.
You could
15
definitely
feet and hide
behind
behind that.
the Sphinx
Yeah.
Shidu like statues. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. 34.
Okay, I'll mark that on his token. All right, the Mummer Brute. Let's see what he's got. Somebody in heavy armor is moving forward. Ugh. Another 20 feet. He basically moves. He'll move 3 times to put himself into a flank. The skeletons must be trained in some way. They do not react to his presence. He's got a longsword in hand, a very shiny light shield, and there seems to be a weird green stone that is at the center of the light shield, like a sparkling green stone. Something that we will call Nightmare Monk.
Night monk.
There's a bang against the door, and then the door gets pulled open.
Oh, fuck.
That's 1, 2 moves, and then something scuttles out, and for some reason, it's walking along the side of the wall on all fours, as if it was some sort of spider. It isn't a spider, however. It is a raggedy, bony-looking creature that is just walking across the walls as if they were ground on all fours. I will roll its perception check to see if it sees Dugan hiding. It does not see Dugan hiding, but it's roaring down. It's roaring down at the party. And then his buddy, now that the door is open, comes like walking out in this weird little dance where it's like bones are breaking with every movement it's making.
That is a horrific token. I love it.
His bones are all wrong, and then it is going to enter crane stance.
Not the only one who can do that shit.
It does a crane stance, but its legs break and its wrists break as it's entering crane stance, and its head is tilted the wrong way.
Good for you.
Meet the Diplomat's bodyguards.
The break dancer and the broken one.
Cog takes 2 drinks and enters crane stance.
Do you have the drink as a standard power?
I had 2 of them already in my hands. Drink. Oh, does it?
Like, I know. Uker had a power to drink as a move action if he had something in his hand, but it wouldn't apply to mutagens.
So I didn't even have
think
to
you
put
spend
them
over the
in.
last 2 rounds drinking a potion and drinking a potion. So you've got your 2 things drink.
Sure.
I don't think.
And then I'll enter crane stance. Okay.
Okay. That makes sense. Slake. Where is his help needed?
Honestly,
which side? As he's all juiced up.
The Nightmare Monk, does it have... It looks like it's got skin on it.
Yeah, it's got rotten skin that's all twisted and
We're gonna. These things will punch good, so go punch some things. We're gonna send him south, I think.
Okay, so Slake charges a skeleton.
Baps into.
I think Slake will rage is his third round of raging for the day, and now let's watch how hard he can punch with his mutagen and his rage. You want to give me a d20, Adam, while I see what charging, power attacking, raging mutagen Slake.
So he doesn't critical fumble.
Oh,
So he doesn't knock Amadeus the fuck out.
Whose side is he on?
Yeah, he trips over like he kind of ran close to this gardened area and tripped over the edge. He came launching forward and overextended his swing. All right, well that was
anticlimactic.
Yep. Desaad.
Desaad's gonna get into flank. So Desaad's gonna go. How much is that?
35.
Wait, fuck, take me back. Was I here or was I here?
No, you were 35 feet away.
Yeah. 35 here. Is it possible to get... fuck. Alright. We're gonna go get over here. We're gonna whip the guy.
Okay.
And then we're gonna walk in. Okay.
So it's a move, attack, move?
Yep.
Step, I guess. Yeah.
So Desaad is going to strike the man. Let's see. Plus 10. Plus 12. Here we go again.
You including flank?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so the whip, even though it's magical, cracks across the guy's back. You do rip a bit of his non-magical cloak, but the banded mail underneath his robes and cloak absorb the whip. He glances in your direction. He looks annoyed. Agony. I think Agony's gonna... He's got his raven's beak out. He's going to move to here. Something about this, I think, means we're going to cast a mirror image.
See, monks to the north of us, priests to the south. Here I am. I don't know. I was trying, and it didn't quite flow.
3 images. So there are a few agonies that are guarding Capra around that corner. He's actually like not. He's not around the corner with Capra. Like he's flush. He's flush to this side of the building, but he's got his raven's beak out, aka Beck to Corbin. Sunny.
Oh.
Those are not ghouls, Sonny. If they are, they shouldn't be climbing the walls. So maybe there's some sort of variant of ghouls.
We're going to try to identify the weird monk things.
Mm-hmm.
32.
They're called nightmare monks, or Kurobozu.
Oh.
They are jealous undead that arise when a monk dies under circumstances that violate the precepts of their monastic training.
Huh.
And they feed upon the breath of mortals to survive.
They drain, don't they? Or damage?
Nope. They suffocate you.
Oh, get the constructs on the way.
You also know that they have monk powers, and they do wisdom damage with their unarmed strikes. They carry a virulent disease as well that will rot you away and make you tired.
Oh, they are really, really, really a problem. Oh, there's such a problem. Oh, there's so much problem with the problem. All right, now you guys again.
See, I would say I got this, but if I do, I'm gonna get critted like 6 times.
We'll say that this is a curse from the Hob. Like this is a Hob thing. Like their culture has spawned, or maybe the Nagaji has spawned the Kurobozu.
So this is rocky ground.
Yep.
Or stone.
Yep.
Spike stone, all of it. Just fucking that all the way to fucking spike stones. I don't want to deal with that bullshit. All spike stones. I'm a druid. Go away.
Okay. What is the area of the spike stone?
It is 5 20-foot squares.
Okay.
So it's going to be all here and then basically all up to the door, like this that.
5 20-foot squares.
5 20 by 20 squares.
And does it go along vertical surfaces?
It says grounds, floors, similar surfaces themselves into long, sharp, pointy points that blend into the surface. Spike stones progress through an area and deal damage. Spike stones impede progress through an area and deal damage. Any creature moving on foot or into the spell's area moves at half speed. In addition, it doesn't mention anything about surfaces.
Okay, so we'll say it works stone. It works. So you could put another one. I don't know.
I just wanted to if they move in there, I want them getting it. That's that's kind of an extra one for the area on the sides or whatever. Like just I want it to be pointy and bad. I want the pointy bad.
So you could probably do like another one like this.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Horrible spikes begin to jut out from the building. This works on stone, like worked stone.
Rocky ground, stone floors.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. You can see like spikes grow out of the face of the Sphinx Shidu-like creatures. Some of the nice columns are now all jagged and spiky. The spikes are moving in and out. The creatures do roar out. They do not have any way of resisting this.
It doesn't hurt them until they move.
Okay, so it's when they move that they take damage. Got it. All right, so that was Sunny's turn. You do have an action left, Sunny?
I thought I was thinking.
Oh, yeah, you thought about it. Okay, good. Amadeus.
Yeah. Amadeus.
The man behind you has a warrior's gait, like he knows what he's doing. He's a little bit slow, though. Like, you think it might be a lot of practice, but not a lot of speed.
I think he's just going to grab this guy by the face.
Out of flank.
No, I don't.
No, you don't threaten with your...
I don't threaten
with your...
I had one more action. I was going to step in.
Look at Sona's sheet if you want to know about whip feats from the other campaign.
Whoa! What? Plus 19. Holy bejesus.
Okay, so the warrior has a CMD of not enough. You beat it by 11.
He looks like a human, right?
Hey, he's a human. He's like a tired old bodyguard.
he's not getting kissy face.
Okay, so you enter the grapple.
And then I think he's going to just kick the skeleton, like mule kick the skeleton that's behind him.
Okay, yeah. Adding leverage to your grapple and just boom. Which you can do in your grapple as a Totori monk and all the feats and powers you took.
Uh-oh. AC 19?
Would have hit.
Good.
Okay, so
no power attacking extra thing at the end is probably
you ended up kind of pushing the skeleton back, and it just kind of scuttled back forward into melee. It doesn't even look annoyed. Dingleberry.
Huh.
Well,
yeah, this is going to be a problem, I think. So can I see that one or no?
No, you're
Yeah.
a little too far away. And this one's just at the doorway. You'd have to move.
Yeah.
You can move back to maybe about here, or you'd have to move around.
I think we're gonna bard song. Go get them, guys!
Okay.
And I think we're gonna just put a couple of this guy's head there. Yeah. or do we? We'll plunk in some. Wait a sec. Can I draw a line? I can kind of draw a line to that guy casting at the back of the room.
Yeah, you could definitely see the priest. He's got cover because of that closed door.
That's fine. We're gonna chuck a couple of arrows at him.
Okay.
I got a good bonus to hit.
They have some torchlight in there, so it's not.
Okay. AC.
It's not shadowy.
Or 1d20 plus 13 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 minus 2. AC 24.
Hits.
And AC 35.
Hits.
Chunk. Don't die! We need you to talk! 2d8.
You guess now by firing arrows into him and seeing how his robe reacted with the armor underneath that he's wearing a chain shirt.
Okay. 20 damage. I didn't buff my damage too much. That's just a couple of arrows.
Okay. He is hurt because of that. There's an arrow sticking out of his elbow pit, and then the other one grazed his silver mask and clipped his ear. His head is now bleeding. Dee Dee.
Look at that! They're letting out skeletons and other sorts of infestation. Highly,
Okay, for her to get these two things in the same channel, they're 15 feet apart. So I think she has to be kind of like over here. Let's draw a
30-foot kafoof.
Yep. Look at that.
Now, does I don't know if the phylacteries help with damage.
It does.
Really? Awesome. That's cool.
It is.
Yep.
Increases the amount of damage dealt to undead creatures. This also increases the amount of damage healed by living creatures. It is.
Sorry, I am completely wrong. It is the primary power is hurt things. Yeah.
She flutters over to here. She goes, "Oh, you're bad!" And positive energy begins to emanate from Dee Dee, and the headband itself glows. And the sunrise of the flower, it actually animates slightly. It looks like a bud that blossoms into a big sunburst flower and rises up above the horizon for a moment as the cascade of energy goes out. She does 4d6 points of positive energy, 17, and they need to make a will saves before half. Her DC is 16. And these creatures. Whoa, look at that.
Well, they're the monks.
Both make it and take 8 damage apiece.
That's still bad. That's still hot. Like, they're monks. They're not charisma characters.
Yeah.
she's visible now, but they're flying. They are growling at her, but it looks like they're generally moving towards where the party is. The mummer priest. I don't like what you did to me there, Archer.
How you doing? You having fun?
No, not from this distance. I'm not having fun.
Why the hell are you trying to trap us?
I thought I was asking you a question.
Okay, so he's going to move forward out of view. His aura follows him.
I double dog dare them to pop their heads out.
Shit.
They don't realize this is under siege and we're friggin' we're the chef.
Is that gray box a door?
Yep.
In front of him?
Yep.
Okay.
His aura follows him. And then he casts another spell which wafts over this group. DC 17, you're not seeing him, so it'd be DC 22 spellcraft check.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah, Sunny identifies a bless spell being cast.
Huh.
Dugenschmirth, who's hiding in the bushes somewhere. No, he's hiding in the next
Dugan's
to
hiding
the
by the Sphinx.
yeah, and
That-
there's
with
the
the
Sphinx is
spikes
now
and-
there's like spines coming out, and you're in danger of being.
Yeah,
caught
I'm
by
gonna
this.
fly the F away from here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fly probably. Do I take damage if I fly away?
You were not against the ground, so I'm going to say no.
Okay.
You basically can hover for free, so I don't think Dugan lands very often.
No, I'm gonna basically fly over here. Now, his short range is how much? His long range is 3 actions. We said.
Yeah,
His
he's,
short
close,
range
he's
is-
close enough to tag that one Nightmare Monk.
Yeah, let's hit him. 30 feet. Yeah. Okay. Okay, he's gonna attack. He's gonna find a pebble off the ground and go whip it into his face.
Okay.
Never mind. 16. I rolled 2. Ting. Bounces off the side of the wall.
Yeah, 16 does not hit. It seemed to be really flinchy when you were firing at it. Ancient Skeletons. This one turns to face Slake. The other two continue to attack Amadeus. So the 2 on Amadeus, I think, are just swinging for the fences. So there are 6 rolls at 1d20. There's one hit in there.
And that looks like it was on a. Yeah, I guess they're all just for the fences. So
Not a crit.
What's their bonus?
+4.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. His AC is what? Like 30 or
27.
something? Okay.
You get hit with a scimitar for +5 with a bless, actually. 5 damage.
Bless gives bonus to hit.
It hit,
bonus
doesn't do
to
damage.
hit, yeah.
5 damage. Okay, yeah.
They have +5s, and then there might be a flank with that one. But anyways, yeah, they're swinging their attacks. I rolled all of them on. No, that's 2 attacks, and then
That's 2 guys.
one of them attacking Slake. Ooh,
It's not going to get through hardness.
doesn't crit on the last one, and its regular scimitar scratches the front of Slake, doing no damage. Mummer Brute. He does not want to be grappled.
Well, it's good for him.
It's just an action to draw a thing, right?
Yeah, it's a move action to draw
Can he
one-handed.
attack with his longsword because it's one-handed?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
So
You
he's
just
gonna try to like push his longsword into the abomination that is Amadeus and
Okay.
stick it in. And let's see if he can
Okay.
do that.
Messed up.
+10, he takes grapple penalties.
Yep. And there's a dex penalty and a attack penalty.
Yep. All right.
The -2 doesn't apply if you're trying to escape the grapple.
AC 24 on Amadeus.
Nope.
Okay, that was a net of +11, so +6 on the second attack, and
Nope.
+1 on the third attack. So he's trying to get his sword into position, and every time he brings his sword up, Amadeus just ends up right underneath his armpit, and he can't bring his sword down. It's just too long. And yeah, he's hopping on one foot and trying to get around. And Amadeus is just quite literally manhandling the warrior. He's now like he's dropped the pretense of they don't talk, and he's snarling. The guy who's being grappled right now is like, ah! That was the brute.
That mummer doesn't know that he is the safest of all these beings. He's the one who's least likely to die. That's all
Yeah.
it is for rolling him.
Okay, the ancient skeleton. So the nightmare monks.
Yeah, it is a problem.
How much damage do they take per 5 feet?
D8.
And this is difficult terrain for them, right?
It's difficult terrain, and if they fail a reflex save, their move speed's reduced by half.
Okay. Do they reflex save every square they move through, or just each movement?
It doesn't describe, and I would say that we previously we used as each square. I think they should be doing it for
Each move?
each move. Yeah, I think that's more reasonable.
Okay, so it's 30 feet to get out. Let me check this thing's speed is 50. So it takes a single move, and it looks like it takes 2d8 damage.
Okay, reflex save for half.
What's your DC? 17 or something?
25, and then what happens if it has evasion?
It's reflex save for half, so it's
Okay,
does
so
bigger
it
damage.
avoids all the spikes as it climbs out.
Yep.
And then it's got 20 feet of movement left. Climbs down the wall.
Oh, hi!
And then this thing's movement. He has to come around that corner. Down the steps is 10. And then up to Agony is 50. So it's one move. It gets a reflex save. It makes it. It evades.
A bunch of champions over here.
All right, so they basically walk through with their really weird gates and climb through the spikes.
AOO.
Yeah, he does get an AOO, and it's almost like they're timing their weird bone-breaking movements around the spikes that are coming up.
Yep.
Agony's AOO with his he's called it Dragon Tooth instead of Dragon Hammer. With Bard Song running, no power attack. Misses. No, wait. AC 20, and what did I give them as helpful gear?
AC 20 with crane style. This one's in crane.
Yeah. They have AC 22s, and this one's in crane style, so missing. Okay, so they single move up to you. Capra, you're getting flurried.
Okay.
AC 23 and AC 19.
No, AC 26.
It actually came up to you and tried to like kick you with one of its back claw like legs, and then it swiped at your face.
This thing's really upset.
The other one like danced around Agony's polearm, and for a moment was standing on top of the edge of the polearm before he just sort of flips the grip in his hands. It hops off in this bone crunching way, and is going to try to.
Who's Byed?
He's going to stunning fist Agony. Agony's AC, I think, is not high enough. Mage Armor and Shield puts his AC at 28, so it tags an image instead. And then a second attack at a +8. Misses altogether. And this thing used a stunning fist. And it's still in crane style. Okay. It should have taken minuses on its to hit then.
Yeah, it's a -2. So it popped an image.
25.
It still popped an image and then missed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Move and flurry. Flurry is a single action, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're getting a secondary hit, Capra. AC 11 misses. Tries to headbutt you. It's
Will you stop that?
The Nightmare Monks. Okay, Cog.
I'm going to move up to. Let's move up to next to Agony.
Yep.
Then I'm going to withdraw. Give me an AOO. And then I'm going to move up next to.
So when he's saying withdraw, he's going to move away. He's using the actual. Not
Yep.
Yeah, move away. And then I'm going to move up to Capra. Take a flurry.
Okay, first
then,
is the AOO.
Yep.
AC 14.
That's miss. And then I'm going to flurry the guy above here.
One of its legs that was broken in the air just sort of flailed towards you as you came in.
Just bounce it off my hat.
Just lower your head when you're getting kicked.
Yeah.
It's awesome. For people with necks that don't break.
Yep. I can put my head back on. So I'm going to flurry that monk up above. Okay. Does this thing
this one is not in crane stance. It's like walking along the walls. No space.
I rolled. Is there a space?
No. You have a space in there, but there shouldn't.
Oh, it shouldn't be. Okay. Yeah. Any hits?
On the first one.
Okay.
You hear its bones crack.
Does it take acid?
Yep.
10.
10 damage.
And then I'm going to move away again. Actually, damn. I'm gonna move to behind Capra, and I'm gonna extend.
That's too many actions.
That's too many actions. Crap. I move behind Capra. Get out of here, both of you. I'll take them.
All right.
Use your range.
Slake recovers from his overextension of his punch, reveling in his in his mutagen. Is going to step because he's. Well, no, he'll just attack and then he'll step if he doesn't very well. He hits a skeleton with a raging, power attacking fist. He does 1d4
5 step over to get another 2.
21. He doesn't need another 2.
He does 25 damage, which obliterates the skeleton. There's a bloody mess.
The other guys are
like fresh, like bone marrow kind of goop.
Yeah, it's like somebody had dumped a bucket of blood over top of them, and it's like really glistening and fresh.
Yeah. Okay. Step in and punch another one.
Yeah, he will then step over it and punch the one that's flanking with Amadeus.
Are the mummer blades on the initiative list? Perfect. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Slake, I think, misses on the second one. Let me check. So, second attack with all this junk. Raging attack would be +9, +10 with Bard's Song. That's his second attack at a +10. Hits AC 20, which means he hits the skeleton.
Katoosh.
I didn't. We have a Bard Song going.
You do.
+1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he gadooges a second one. He basically punching his way through skeletons. This
our horrible monster is more scary. Our horrible monsters are more scary than your horrible monsters.
Yeah. That was Slake. Desaad.
Okay. Desaad's gonna. Oh, this guy's still struggling, right?
Yep.
But he's gonna put him under. Okay. There is a caster in there, and there's another dude in there. Let's go over here.
Okay, that skeleton will take its AOO.
Yeah.
AC
Bash
21.
No.
Okay, it swipes at you as you're going by. It's gonna
Use a sword. He's gonna swing his. It's not a scimitar per se, but it is a. Hell is that thing? Falchion, I believe. Anyway,
Did you drop your whip?
no, I have them both out.
So it's a scimitar that you're using because falchions are two-handed.
Oh, Falchion has okay. Scimitar then. So go around. Plus 12. Oops. Oh, for fuck's sakes, more draw.
Including flank.
And actually, I didn't include flank. That's 14. 16.
16, and then are you including bard song?
Yes, I am including Bardsong.
Okay, so this skeleton with its proper armor has AC 18.
This is a tease. So that was a move, an attack. All right, let's try
So
another
you
attack.
slash against its chain shirt and rake your scimitar up against the chain shirt.
7.
Armor is doing its job.
There you
And
go.
then you slash a little bit higher and you bite into the back of the thing's bloody neck and roll damage -5.
Nice. Oh, good. Good stuff. Okay. It's 2d4. Oh, it's the scimitar. 1d6. Plus 2 plus 4. -5 is 6 damage.
Including bard song damage?
7 damage.
Okay. It is still standing, but you've bloodied the bloody skeleton.
Gooey.
The sod does his part.
Sure. Agony. What should Agony do?
They're very jumpy.
Agony should. Neither they don't have AOs anymore. Oh wait,
You
Agony-
don't know that.
that's
Agony
right.
is going to.
Monks.
5 foot away.
He's going to channel a disrupt undead into his. He's going to step back.
Spell strike is standard.
Spell strike is a standard. Yep.
And can
You can cast move in one attack. So.
Can you do it with a ranged attack? Your range spell.
Oh. Range of touch. So no, he can't stick his disrupt undead in there. He can do an acid splash.
Or chill touch.
Or a
would be the one.
corrosive touch or a shocking grasp. He'll do a shocking grasp. So he steps back, channels his spell into his raven beak, and then will attack. He will not use power attack, but I think he missed. The thing scrambled out of the way while at the same time dancing around the spikes. The attack with Bard Song is +10, so yeah, AC 12. He swipes at it, but the shocking grasp is still arcing through the end of his weapon. And that is a mage's spell. That was the end of Agony's turn. Sunny.
Huh. He's got a frowny face. The spell didn't work.
Yeah. It's you attacked one of their better saves.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna cast a hide from undead, just in case.
Are you only including yourself?
Everybody else seems to be really fighty, and if they attack something, if they attack an undead, it immediately goes away. So, yep, we're gonna cast it on ourselves.
All right. I'm going to give you a little yellow aura here for your bravery, a bravery aura of yellow.
and then you'll think about the bloody skeletons. Why are they covered in blood?
Sure. Give me a knowledge religion.
19.
Skeletons that bleed blood, like undead skeletons, have the deathless quality, which means that after about an hour, they're just going to start to re-knit themselves.
Is there a way to prevent that?
Well, I think that priest just accidentally... If a bloody skeleton is destroyed by positive energy, if it's reduced to 0 hit points in the area of a bless or hollow spell, or it remains are sprinkled with holy water. So this priest accidentally killed his bloody skeletons by casting bless in that area.
If he didn't, then we would be making the argument of you could use them to train the warriors. Just go stick them in a cell somewhere, and they could practice their big attacks. Like he usually has test subjects for spells.
Yeah, I Wither. It's a good point. It's very similar. Like they're dancing around consecrate. Had you had consecrate as a spell, I would also have let that work. It feels like the same thing. But yeah, this priest may not have wanted the bloody skeletons just to wander around freely afterwards. Whatever reason. Slake punching them in the area of that spell, which you're like, oh. Maybe he didn't realize, or maybe...
Sonny thinks to himself he feels safe under his hide from undead, and this information isn't going to help them, so he's just going to sit on it.
Okay, the mummers with their poisoned blades are moving forward.
Is there an AOO? Because I saw a guy come up and move around.
They both can get in there without AOOs. They can.
Oh, okay.
They have to walk through the empty doorway. One of them is going to try to shiv Das, while the other one's going to try to shiv Amadeus.
Miss. You can stab Das, but don't hit Amadeus. He's horrible. Well, they're both horrible monsters. I guess you can shiv them both.
Sorry, they've got short swords, which they apply to poison to. Okay, this is against Das.
Mm-hmm.
With the bless spell. AC 19 with the short sword.
Oh, I should miss, sir.
Okay, and then against Amadeus, AC 21 with the short sword. They took single moves to get in there. They'll take second attacks.
My butt. Stay away from my butt.
First one is against Das. AC 7 and a critical threat against Amadeus.
Oh no.
A 16 does not confirm.
No.
He gets cut for max damage, 8 damage. And then
I will get to you in a minute.
They have applied
horrible poison.
So it just stings.
Is your save involved?
Yeah, there's a fort save, but let me figure out the DC before I make you roll.
Okay.
Just so I don't appear to be one of those.
Oh, it's one of those. It's one higher than that thing you rolled.
Higher than that.
There's confirmation bias. That stands out more than when it was like a big swing.
All right, they've got rainbow jellyfish toxin. That sounds good. It's also pretty cheap. DC 14.
Okay. Didn't roll 1.
Okay, you aren't staggered for 1d6 rounds.
That would not save his friend.
Okay, so that one hit with his poison blade, so his blade's not poisoned. This one still has a poison blade. And he's waving his short sword around. Okay, those are the blades, the mummer blades. Amadeus, with rope in hand. The guy's crying out. He's trying to swipe, and he's now being hogtied and
rolls a 19, adds 24.
Yep, he is now No longer grappled by Amadeus, he is being held in place by the rope, which has been moved up underneath his mask to also get his mouth, and he falls backwards.
Believe me, you only have one chance to run. And he pulls out another piece of rope menacingly.
This guy's not running anywhere. When Amadeus lets him go, he's kind of falls back in the rope and he's undulating around.
The talk about running is to the other guy. He turns around and draws the rope. And
they look on edge. Dingleberry.
Dingle is. Oh, sorry. Dugan. Never mind. Go ahead.
He's going to 5-foot step back and fuck you. Ugly. We're going to throw it.
Ugly.
Yep. Yeah, they're suddenly ugly.
Yeah, we're gonna give him both barrels.
We came here for the diplomat, not for this.
Yeah, diplomat. Have you seen the diplomat? Arcade strike and then put 2 arrows into it.
When you say the diplomat, these 2 creatures seem to respond to that like they both want to go over and attack Capra. like you pissed them off by mentioning diplomat. This one's breaking its neck, if it could break its neck, by snapping quickly back and forth between Didi and Capra as they're both saying the word diplomat.
AC 22.
Against which one?
The one to the north. This one.
Okay. Let me just read deflect arrows.
Does it have deflect arrows? It's got it. It deflects the attack.
Once per round, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it catches the arrow.
Oh, that's still fun.
Fired another arrow.
An AC 17 misses.
It misses.
Sure. That's out of actions.
Dewdrop comes bravely forward and channels energy again because these things are bad.
Yep.
And she doesn't need to worry about catching her.
Just whip us.
Yeah, but what she's trying to do is keep out of reach from them. So she flies over and blasts another sunrise from the from her holy phylactery. She does 4d6 damage, 14, and then they get their will saves of plus 12, I think it was. Yeah. Oh, like bosses, so they take 7 damage.
That's still lots of damage.
Yeah, on each of them.
Nope. That's worth it damage.
You're not right!
is what she's yelling. Yeah. Didi can be quite fierce when she needs to be. That's her 3rd channel for the day, though. How many channels does she have? 6. Mummer Priest. Well, there's stuff going on outside. I can see Das from here. And he look like a man. So he is going to cast a hold person spell on Das. I think this only works on humanoids, Das.
All right.
What is your type?
My type is
shape changer.
Monstrous humanoid shape changer. Does say humanoid.
Monstrous humanoid is different
Target,
than humanoid.
1 humanoid creature. Okay, the spell fails. Let's see if he understands what's going on. I'm going to make him make a spellcraft roll against his own spell.
Das looks in like, yeah.
His own spell will probably reveal to him that you're not humanoid type. The DC would be 19, and his spellcraft is 8. He knows something's up with you. He actually I'm gonna move back from you a little bit with his last action, because that was a 2-action spell. He's going to take cover along the other side of the wall. Just kind of
It's a good idea there.
Yeah, that's
His-
fine. He probably thinks he's some form of undead,
Oh,
considering
he can't see that there's another 4 guys back there, and his main guy is totally wrapped up in. He has no idea what's going on. That's interesting.
Dugenschmurf.
Dugan sees these 2 guys. He's going to.
Dugenschmurf
It's
saw
like
this one
Grimstone?
deflect an arrow.
Did it deflect the second one?
Nope. Well, the other one missed.
the second one missed.
Ooh, let's try the second one. Let's try to hit him again.
Okay. You
Yeah.
raise up a stone from the ground, which
15,
telekinetically goes blasting towards the
like a
nightmare
bullet.
monk.
Night monk.
34.
Koosh.
You know what? I think he could deflect these if he had his power
Yeah.
going.
Yep.
So
Deflect
you
deflect
embed it.
the arrows is once a round.
It's a range. Yeah, it's once per round. He doesn't deflect it. You hit it, but had he not,
Oh,
He
yeah.
could have theoretically.
Yes, he could have. 2d6 plus.
yeah, you send this telekinetic bolt breaking into the side of the thing's skull, and you could hear it rattling around in its head.
Bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing. Oh my god.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
15 damage.
Okay. The thing, despite having the side of its temple caved in and one of your rocks rattling around in its brain cage, is still moving quite angrily. It was Dugan Schmurf. Are you going to move? I think you've got one more action.
You might want to move. Float around.
What we're gonna do is actually float to.
Float like a Dugan, sting like a Dugan.
Float like a Dugan. Sting like a Dugan. Go home, drink a Coors Light like a Dugan.
Here. What's his move? Let's see. His move is 40. Speed is 50, so he's going to keep moving.
Okay.
Oh, but
Ancient
like that.
Skeleton. I think DOS, you attacked it last, so I'm going to give it 2/3 chance of attacking you. 1, 2, it's DOS. 3, it's Agony. Yeah, it's going to attack DOS.
Get him.
Nat 20 on the +5, and then Nat 1 on the.
I feel bad now.
Roll to confirm the crit. AC 10, not a crit.
Windy Escape.
Okay, you're going to take an immediate action to cast a Windy Escape spell.
I don't like getting hit.
So it doesn't get through your DR of the Windy Escape, so you take no damage, and then it critical misses. Let's confirm the critical miss, which is a miss. And it does unarmed damage to self lethal, so these things can do damage to themselves. The skeleton does 2 damage and falls apart. It basically like attacked you, bit into you as you turned to wind, overextended, and basically fell onto its own scimitar and like created a bloody mess in your square. As you turn corporeal again, the bloody skeleton is destroyed and just basically a bloody mess on the ground. You could hear some hissing and popping and bubbling as the blood is congealing and almost cooking. From the area of the bless spell from the priest inside the mausoleum. So the ancient skeletons, I'm just going to remove from the initiative sheet. Mummer Brute, I guess, is going to try to break the rope.
DC 23 to break ropes.
Now, with his stats, it's like this guy was like middle-aged or old. So the old warrior doesn't have the strength to break from the rope, so he's just lying there and struggling. And then escape artist, he does not have any ranks, and his dex of 9 does not help. So he is wrapped up like a package.
Goodnessy graciously.
Yep, that was the brute's turn. The nightmare monks moves, incurring an AOO from Agony, who's got his shocking grasp still channeled into his.
Did it make its reflex save?
Whoa! So Agony smacked it, and then its reflex save against the movement rolls a nat 20.
which is a good thing, I guess.
Yep.
You're taking all my 20s.
Ah,
Agony did hit it. Like, it did look like it was like avoiding the spikes, and then he just
Yep.
clocks it over the side of the head. It does not. It takes the full electrical damage. So let's roll some damage for Agony. His Raven's Beak does D10s. He downgraded the dice damage to get ×3 crits, plus a 8, plus 1 for Bard Song. He's a 3rd level magus. Yeah. Monk, Scaled Fist 2, Magus 3. So 3d6 from the electricity. He does 26 damage to the monk.
booyah.
Nice.
30 and 6 is 41. Note that I have not said bloodied on either one of them.
No, those are the real problem. Everything to the south is just an appetizer.
And then the Nightmare Monks. So this one stepped in, and this one moved in, and they sense something they really, really like on Cog, and they're going to start to attack Cog. Cog, you have key, right?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have any key remaining for the day?
I haven't used any.
Ah. So yeah, they sense something they like.
Oh!
The one that's coming down the wall has +1 from above. So he's going to flurry at 13s. AC 25 and nat 1.
No.
AC 30. Would
No.
that have hit? No?
I have second circle mutagens now, or potions now.
Had it cared about broken bones, it would have taken 1d3 dex damage, but it hammered so far down on your, so hard down with its elbow on your,
Ding!
on the top of your helmet that it broke its arm backwards, which then just kind of twisted over so that it was facing the right way. And then the one that is dancing out of the Spikestone area, he's going to flurry Cog. AC 29, AC 26.
No, my AC's 30, high 30s right now.
Okay.
I drank lots of potions.
All right, and then they're both going to do offhand attacks on Capra and Agony, stunning fist sidekicks. The first roll will be against Capra. The second roll will be against Agony. He's up on the wall, so he gets a +1 on this. +8 sidekick, AC 18, and then a +7 sidekick on Agony, AC 12. Okay, so they both miss. All right, those are the...
Agony doesn't have key. He's not a monk enough.
He's not high enough monk. No.
Yeah.
Oh, they need to hit something.
No, they don't. They could just die. They could just, or they can go back in the mausoleum and close the door.
We'll just be evil in here for a while.
Exactly.
Cog.
Makes it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They're looking pretty beat up. You guys have done quite a bit of damage to them as they've wandered over towards you.
Okay. Cog is going to flurry.
Which one? The one on the wall or the one on the ground?
The one on the ground.
Okay, the one that just got tagged.
Doesn't matter actually. Let's hit the guy on the. Yeah, let's hit the guy on the ground. 41.
Okay.
I am not doing this defensively, by the way.
This one's doing the crane stance.
13. That one's doing the crane stance?
Yep, the one that's climbing is not the one that is on the ground. Is.
Okay, I'll do the one that's climbing.
Okay, he's in a tactically greater position because he's above all of you.
Non-crazy
So when
dice.
you say it doesn't matter, I would totally disagree. It does matter.
Let's take that guy. 19 and 33.
19 misses. The 33 hits, though.
Okay, I'll attack again. 9. For fuck's sake. And I'll attack again. Plus 4. 22 is a miss, right?
22 is hitting exactly.
Oh, sweet.
So you did a flurry and then attacked again, and you with your successive punches, you've struck the creature twice. And acid does apply. It is
17 damage.
corroding some of its joints, clothing, and its body. By this point, Cog, you notice that the only thing shiny and not tarnished left on their bodies are a set of matching set of bracers.
Yeah, we're gonna take those.
57 damage total. That one is now bloody. You crunched it pretty hard.
Alternately, they can go back in the mausoleum and close the door.
Slake.
Give me my bracers.
Wow. Bunch of guys with goofy masks. I'm harder than silver, he says. He's gonna put his fist through one of these mummer blades' faces, punching them in their silver masks.
I must say that those masks do make for punchable faces.
Right? He is still raging because Slake is on his Rage-a-Hall. A raging power attacking slam is AC 26. That's a hit for 1d4 plus 21 damage.
1d4 plus never wake up again.
22 with Bard Song. He does 26 damage with one swing against the... Well, this guy takes the 22 damage. Wow.
26 damage.
He is bloodied because of that. Slake attacks again at plus 11. Plus 10, AC 12, misses. And a third time, I think he's just swinging for plus 5 on his third attack.
It's 26 damage. I can fix it.
Oh, 26 damage? Sure.
I fixed it. It's okay.
All right, he bloodies one of the blades. The mummer blades. These guys with leather armor and short swords. Slake seems to be really, like, almost in a euphoric state with his rage. Like, he is so happy to be
Raging
and fighting right now. Desaad. I think you might hit Desaad. I don't see any damage on you.
I didn't. Windy escape.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Let's see. There is this guy. How is this guy bloodied or?
Yeah, he's bloodied.
Okay.
He's bloodied. He used the poison on Amadeus to no effect. He wants to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, might as well not let him. We're gonna attack that gentleman, and then we're gonna reposition ourselves.
Okay.
Plus
AC 17.
Oops. Oh, really? Oh, quality. 12. I would say it's not a problem. Hey! Yeah, I'm confirming.
Critical hit with the scimitar.
Yeah.
Critical, confirmed.
Crit. There we go.
This is
Again.
a slashing weapon, int damage, and 1 bleed. Plus reduced critical damage, so normal damage.
Oh, seriously, I'd rather take the other one. So with this thing,
Sometimes you don't get to choose.
I know.
So you slice the back of his head.
Yeah.
Ah, there's just a whole line of blood bleeding down the back of his neck.
Plus 4, no, plus 6, plus 7. Bard Song. 12.
Ooh, 38 damage. He is wobbling.
Okay. I'm going to then strike the gentleman who is... Oh, he's bleeding as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll leave him. Then we're going to take the guy who's right in front of me.
Okay. He's still squaring off with you with his poison blade.